Hello everyone, welcome to another Sims 4 video. Today I'm doing a very different type of video than what I usually post on my channel, and instead of doing like a regular let's play kind of video where you have to watch a lot of episodes to get into the story, I wanted to do a dedicated video to this family, kind of showing you the complex storyline and all of the Sims and everything like that. And yeah, I just wanted it to be a little bit more cinematic and a little bit more story driven, and something that you don't have to commit to at all. You can just watch this video, get the story, enjoy it, and that's all you need to enjoy. From the start of this video, you will have seen this Sim in front of me, Joanna, as she was very much the focus. This is my Sim, Joanna. She's a single mother of 2 who has a very complex life, and as all single parents, she has had to go through a lot of challenges to maintain the stability of her kids' lives and her family life. And yeah, there's ups and downs, and you wouldn't even be able to tell from her face, because when she's at home with her kids, she has a very happy face on. She's very joyful and upbeat, but beneath her facial expression right now, you can look into her eyes and kind of see that there's a lot of fear and worry and a lot of negativity hidden in there, which is very realistic because that is the case for a lot of parents in general, far less single parents. And you will have also seen from the introduction that she lives in a very beautiful little house in Willow Creek, and her 2 sons love her a lot. It's currently the weekend, so the kids are obviously just relaxing, having fun, and it's also Joanna's day off from work because she is working a retail job. She works a 9 to 1 shift, so that when her kids are at school, that's when she works, and she isn't really taking too much time away from them when they're home. Obviously, as a single parent, she wants to be as hands-on as possible, and she wants to be very present in their lives, even though she does have to provide for them as well. And yeah, there's also a darker side to how she makes her money, as you will have seen from the introduction, and we will be getting more into that shortly. But let's just enjoy the weekend. It's a very rainy day. It's making me feel cozy actually just looking at the weather in the game. And yeah, these guys are just gonna enjoy their weekend, have a nice little relaxing Sunday night. They're not gonna be doing their homework obviously, because these kids just want to have fun. Now that Joanna's just had some downtime with her kids and just relaxed after lunch, she noticed her neighbor, who's also her good friend, walking down the street, so she's gonna go and say hi. Joanna's always been pretty close with the Waters family ever since they moved to this house, and she's a very social Sim, very outgoing, so she likes to make friends with everyone, and she's very good friends with Mrs. Waters. Her kids are a little bit older than Joanna's kids, so they're not friends or anything, but they're pretty good neighbor friends and they get along very well. And Joanna does confide in her, so they have deep conversations, they talk about families, they talk about skills and things like that, and they can very much relate with each other and who they are, but they don't get to talk too much because I think Elizabeth has like 4 kids or something. Now it's time for Joanna to get home, get the kids ready for bed and stuff like that, dinner, and she needs to get to bed early too because she works at 9 and has to get the kids ready. Joanna is now awake. It's around 5 a.m, which is super early, but she has to get up and make breakfast for everyone so that the kids are ready because they have to go to school at like 8. And she's making eggs and soldiers, which is very fun, part of the Granny's Cookbook mod. I made a video about it and it's one of my favorite mods ever. It's so good. And Joanna actually forgot with her retail job, she is actually off on Monday this week. She's usually just off on Sunday, but she's off on Sunday and Monday this week. So she has to occupy her time differently and make some money today because unfortunately she is struggling for cash right now. I mean, she has enough to pay the bills, but that's literally it. And I have S&B bills in my game, which adds extra bills to the base game bills, so my Sims have to pay even more every week. And since she has 2 young kids who want toys and things like that, as you do in real life, you have to pay more for your children and things are expensive. So she's not got work today. She needs to find another way to make her money, and she already has a very much established side hustle that is very different to her day job. When her kids are at school, she's going to be doing her side hustle and we're going to see exactly what that is and how different it is to her day-to-day life. Joanna's in a pretty good mood because she had a really nice weekend with her kids, but she's got to get to work because they only have 1,100 simoleons. And I feel like her safe spot is when it's above 2,000 because that means she has enough for her kids and the bills and everything. So she's going to change her outfit into her alternative everyday outfit, which by contrast is very different to her nice pink blouse and mum jeans. She's wearing a big black Pretty Little Liars A hoodie and a whole black outfit basically. And if you were unsure about what her side hustle is, she sells pills on the streets, which is obviously illegal. And if you're curious about how I'm playing like this, I'm using the Basemental Drugs mod, which is an amazing mod. A lot of detail, a lot of realism, and it also includes elements like police and getting caught, going to jail. There's a lot of different systems in the mod and it's really a lot of detail and a lot of fun to play with too. But for this storyline, it's very important because this is how Joanna makes her money. I would honestly say she makes like 60% of her money this way compared to her day job, but obviously living in this lovely suburban neighborhood, she can't have anyone else finding out about this, especially her very close relationship to the Waters family. She gets along very well with them, and that's why she chooses to deal her pills in Oasis Springs rather than Willow Creek. And yeah, that's where we'll be going, Oasis Springs, very far away from Willow Creek. No one will find out what she's doing as she's very incognito. And yeah, she'll be able to provide for her kids the way that she always wants to, but obviously not by the most legit means. But you know what? You've got to do what you've got to do for your family, and you know what? I don't fault her. So Joanna is at the Desert Bloom Park in Oasis Springs, which is her #1 place to go when she is dealing because she feels it's far away from her home. And Joanna's meeting with an anonymous first-time customer today since her regulars aren't around. This was the most convenient option for her to get some money this morning so she can be back at home for her kids coming home from school. Although she is feeling a bit nervous because she does prefer to sell to people she knows. She has to do what she has to do. And as you guys saw at the start of the video, she does like to meet at the back of the building, kind of within the trees and the bushes, so it's kind of out of view. So we are on the way to the meeting spot. The anonymous customer knows where the meeting spot is, and we do have the pills that we are going to be selling to that person. So we are going to go and do that just now. It is just this way. I think she's probably texting them saying, okay, I'm here now, like, where are you? And it seems like the customer is here, so we're gonna have to introduce ourselves and, you know, obviously do what we need to do. But when Joanna turns around, she doesn't fully process who this person is, but she knows who this person is. This is not just any anonymous customer that she's had to deal with before. This is the teenage son of her neighbor and friend Elizabeth Waters. She's very familiar with who he is, and obviously she is kind of in shock right now. If you see her face, she's still kind of smiling, but she is in shock. She's like, wait, what is going on right now? There's no way this is happening. There's so many thoughts going through her head right now because first of all, this is her livelihood and how she helps maintain stability for her family. And this is also a very illegal thing that she's doing. She can get in a lot of trouble if she gets caught for this. And she's also now been kind of exposed by her friend's son, which is kind of crazy. Like, this is a teenager. I think as a parent, the first thing that she wants to do is kind of yell at him and be like, what are you doing here? Like, this is crazy. Like, why are you doing this? Why are you doing drugs? I think she would yell at him because she's in shock and she's also very nervous and scared, and she's like, why are you here? But I feel like since he's a teenager and he's very aloof, he doesn't really know the severity of the situation. But she is very upset upset about this and very scared and very, nervous, even if her face isn't showing it. She's honestly just really scared right now more than anything. I think she's really angry, but also scared and nervous, and she's just gonna be like, okay, we need to pretend this didn't happen. I need to go home. Please don't ever do anything like this again, because I really care about you and your family. And yeah, you didn't see anything here. I mean, imagine that you live this really wholesome life at home with your family and your kids and everything like that. You have friends, a very wholesome community, and you have to deal with this sort of situation with a teenager getting drugs from you when you're not supposed to be doing that. The thing is, if Luke went home and told his parents about what just happened here, her whole reputation is down the gutter. She would have lost her friendship with the whole family. Even worse, she could get in trouble with the authorities, and really, it just really feels like a personal blow. Even though this is a risk that she knew that she was taking on when she started doing this, she never thought that anything like this would happen. Especially during school hours when the kids are supposed to be in school, far less out on the streets trying to get drugs. I think Joanna's gonna go home and she's gonna have to do a lot of thinking about what just happened and make a decision once and for all about what she's going to do next. Joanna just made it home, and look who is at her doorstep, Elizabeth Waters. Elizabeth seems to have a very normal expression, but after what just happened, Joanna does not want to talk to her because she feels like a very bad parent right now. She feels like she is failing her kids. She feels like she's failing Elizabeth's kids. The level of transparency that all parents aim to have, she feels like she does not have that right now, and obviously she doesn't. And she wants to pretend like everything that just happened did not happen, which is obviously not the healthiest approach, but honestly the safest for her and her kids. So I think she's maybe just gonna make a little bit of small talk more than anything, just as she's trying to get in the door. She's just gonna ask her about her day and hope that Elizabeth does not ask about what the outfit she's wearing and everything and what she's got going on. Joanna's doing a little bit of self-reflection right now, which is very much needed. She needs to decide what she's going to do now, because she does not have time to sit for days and really just wallow in her own self-pity. She has a family to take care of and she has herself to take care of. And if working her minimum wage job is not going to be enough and she needs to provide for her family in another way, she needs to make a decision about what that is. When she was younger, she always had big dreams and wanted to do big things, but obviously when she had kids young and couldn't really do that, she had to focus on her kids. She just did what she had to do to get by. But now that they're getting a little bit older, she is now maybe thinking about the possibility of getting into higher education, which is something that she always considered but put off because their timing just was not right. But now could be the time for her to take that bigger step, a very big and scary step towards a very bright future. A future that she dreamed of when she was younger and she never really had the chance to get into. So since she's got a couple more hours of free time, she's gonna go on the computer and apply to university and see if she has what it takes. The application is 75 simoleons, but you know what? Trying is the best thing that you can do in life to make things happen for yourself. And if you don't try to get anything that you want in life, you'll never get it. I mean, closed mouths do not get fed. And this is a very big step for Joanna to take. I mean, look at the progress. A very scary event happened to her this morning when she encountered Luke when she was trying to sell drugs. And the ramifications of her actions are still unknown. I mean, this could be a longer thing that could happen in the future. Like, something could be revealed, she could have her reputation ruined. But with all that negative, she has so many positives in her life with her own personal family life. Her and her kids are healthy and she has a very good relationship with them. And she wants to add more positivity to her life by adding the possibility of higher education to her life and having her life grow. And not only her life, but her career as well. Her career could grow. She could really make big things for herself happen. And yeah, that's just the fun thing about life. While negative things can loom over your head and can grow and seem uncertain and scary, positive things can be hanging over your head too and can be very uncertain in a good way. And I guess that's the double-ended side of Joanna's story ending today because she is no longer going to be selling pills on the side. The other side of her life as being a single mother is actually now going to be hopefully coupled up with a life in higher education, working towards a degree. So yes, that is the double life of my sim Joanna, who has a very complex story today, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. A lot more of an adult theme today, but I hope you guys enjoyed my attempt to storytell this, and I hope you like Joanna and understand where she's coming from with her decisions and why she did what she did and why she's doing what she's doing. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed, make sure to leave a like and comment what you think about this video. If you guys did really like this, I could definitely make a similar kind of video with another sim and another story. I hope you guys have a wonderful day or night wherever you are, and I will see you very soon with another Sims 4 video. Bye!